now the royals. The Prince and Princess of Wales have thanked the public for the outpouring of support they've received since Kate revealed her cancer diagnosis. Kensington Palace said William and Kate are enormously touched by the kind messages they've received and that they are grateful for the understanding of their request for privacy. It comes after the Princess revealed in a video message that she's undergoing a preventative chemotherapy after tests done following her surgery in January showed cancer had been present. Now, joining me is royal commentator, the very lovely Jennie Bond, who has worked with the royals. I know them pretty much better than most people. Jennie, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Jennie, the worst words you can pretty much hear are, I'm sorry, it's cancer. It's a shock no matter what time or age you hear it. It's an awful thing to hear. So we had this very emotive video message from Kate and the fact that the country have got behind her. Are you surprised by the, as we say, the outpouring of warmth for Kate in that video message?
No, I'm not, because it was extraordinary that she took that step. Wrote every word herself, and we hear that she wanted personally to break the news to the nation because she knew we'd all be, horrified by it, as I'm sure she said, the huge shock they felt. No, I'm not surprised because she is the most popular member of the royal family and has been for quite some time. She really is the jewel in the crown. So I think also quite a lot of people are feeling guilty that they entertained the rumours that were on social media by disgusting trolls. And so I think there's quite a lot of eating humble pie as well today.
Now, Jennie, I mean, you mentioned the people that were falling down. Look, we are human, OK? I must admit, even I was going, oh, my God, really? How can you think that? And going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. But there are a lot of people that, people like George Galloway, for example, an elected politician, coming out with some, frankly, bonkers theories. Do you think these people now should be apologising?
Yes, I do, because I think that those rumours, some of them did get to Catherine, and how painful it must have been when she was also already under incredible stress to hear, really vicious and malicious rumours online. But anyway, that's over now, and I hope we've all learned a lesson that we don't go down those rabbit holes, and certainly the mainstream media and serious journalists like you and like me should not entertain giving those rumours the oxygen of publicity. I think that lesson probably has been learned, and as a result, we have this outpouring of affection. And they are now up at Anmer Hall in Norfolk on the Sandringham estate. They will be trying to give as much normality as possible to their children. They love it there. It's a haven for them. They get a lot of privacy there. And there's also the farm at Sandringham. The kids love playing on the farm there, on the tractors. And George likes to get the animal feed on the tractor and take it around the animals. So this is where they will be trying to put this behind them and get on with life.
Jennie, you've worked with the royal family for a very long time now. You know, I think it's fair to say, King Charles fairly well. The fact that he's also going through cancer treatment at the same time as he calls her beloved daughter-in-law. How do you think they'll be coping with this, the two of them together? Will they be supporting each other?
Oh, absolutely, I think. I understand that they had lunch together, a private lunch last week, just the two of them at Windsor Castle. The King went there. Especially to enjoy a little bit of special time with Catherine. And he's a very sentimental man and a very emotional man. And I gather it was an emotional meeting, but they must take great comfort. I'm sure they were comparing notes of how their treatment is going and how it's making them feel. But I think that he's very, very sad that his beloved, and they really are close, his beloved daughter-in-law has had this happen to her in the prime of life when she was so active, so sporty, looked the picture of health. And then this, out of the blue, has felled her, but hopefully not for long. Got to be optimistic. We've got to take what she said, which has been telling her children, I'm OK and I'm getting stronger.
Absolutely. And she was also very pointedly mentioned William and said what support he was. Now, do you think in William's mind, he lost his mum when he was very young. Kate is very young, but both women are fit, they're healthy, they're sporty. They both have young families. Obviously, completely different circumstances with Diana's tragedy, the car crash, and Kate's health worries. But do you think at the back of William's mind, there must be that, is history going to repeat itself? That must be an anxiety for him.
It must be underlying anxiety for him. I mean, he must be, if I was him, I'd be thinking, that why me? Why me? This happened when I was 15. Now I don't have my brother anymore. I don't have my mother. I don't have my brother. My father has cancer. And now my wife, my darling wife, who is my rock and means everything to me, and 3 young children to support. The pressure he's been under, and he's been quite wrongly criticised, perhaps not carrying out as many public engagements as people require of him. Well, we know why now. And the poor chap, he's obviously stayed absolutely silent about it, carried on smiling, meeting, greeting, encouraging other people, supporting causes. With all this going on in the background, incredible pressure on him.
Do you sound like you have a lot of respect for him, Jennie?
Oh, I do. I've sort of watched him grow up, and I think he's a very decent man. He's quite stubborn. He knows his mind. That's no bad thing in a future monarch, actually. But no one deserves this to happen to them. But let's hope, this in a year or two will be history, and all will be well.